All right, chat. Well, I was having a lot of behind the scenes fuckery today with the technology as I'm traveling. I've got also a travel microphone here, so the sound quality is not going to be as good as possible. But I'm here, and I'm getting this stuff done for you today. We're going to get into the Reddit mods, the Casey Tron countersuit. Despite all the fuckery, despite what's going on, and I've got some massive news for you guys, some really breakthrough news that's going to be my coverage over the next couple months, and this is going to change everything. So anyways, you guys know I'm Andrew Esquire. I'm over here in Asia, and I appreciate all you guys, and I appreciate everybody who's here. Hold on, only 110. Have I not posted this on X? Right? Have I not? It's almost like people are keeping the viewership numbers down, right? They're trying to keep me down, baby. They're trying to keep me down, but they can't keep me down. They can't keep me down. Okay, well, I'll get this over there in a second. But the point of the matter is, have I been taken hostage? Not yet. Not yet. Very soon. So we'll start here with the news. So sorry, guys, I have been absent, and that's because I have been doing some very, very, very intense investigative journalism. I have a good friend, Megan Fox. She's an investigative journalist who I was able to get in touch with. I have to get in touch with her further. I was able to get in touch with to ask for her forgiveness for fighting with her during the Nicholas Rekieta saga. And I have some investigative journalist questions to ask her. Because we need to really explore the depths of what has been a massive cover-up in the funding that goes into a lot of different things, right? There's money that's flowing into content creators. There's money that's flowing into different circles and different funnels, and it all connects together, and there's all sorts of webs and things that string together that I've been doing a little research on. It's taken me some time, but I put it together, and it's something that when I present it to you, if I can present all the information, if there's no conflicts of interest, if there's nothing where I'm engaged with a client and I can't talk about it, if I'm engaged with a client, if a client is paying me and I have to check, and see what's going on, but if a client is paying me, then I can't talk about it. But right now, it does not appear I have any professional conflicts of interest, right? So I have to make sure that I have no conflicts. But once I'm free of any potential conflicts or potential things, because obviously, as you guys know, I am a real lawyer. I'm an actual American attorney. I do have a corporate client, right? I'm going to be doing work for a general counsel company in North America in the future, right? I'm getting engaged to clients now. No. Don't shit where you eat, even though I've done that multiple times. Judge not lest ye be judged. I have definitely done that. I can tell you it's a mistake. Okay, let me put it this way. I can tell you it's a mistake because I've done it, okay? I've done it, right? I've done it. Listen, guys, I have fucked up in every single way in my life, but I learned from it. I learned from it quickly, right? And as soon as I make a mistake, I try to correct that mistake, and I try to issue a retraction, right? I yell to myself in my bedroom, objection. I get it done. Red Scare, remember 4 months. What's up? Species 3164. Got nice Gendo there. Gendo fucked up, though. See, here's the thing. Here's why Gendo fucked up. And we need to do an anime episode soon. We're overdue an anime episode soon, okay? So Gendo could have just explained his fucking plan. Like, there's a lot of people that would have been like, you know what, Gendo? Some parts of these plan are all right. Some parts of these plan are not horrible. Right, Gendo? But Gendo's like, oh, no, I got to keep it to myself in my jerk-off gloves. Like, I'm over here with my fucking semen-stained gloves. Like, okay, get over yourself. You're not so serious, Gendo. Get it together, bro. And then come talk to your little minions. You don't have to tell them everything. But, be a little more of a team player, bro. Don't sit there with your fucking, cum rag in the corner. Like, no, who wants that, right? I'm here for the scuff. Remember, for 20 months, YouTube can't handle a based on. I know we are giga-based. Hold on, we got some Shondo for you. Got some Shondo.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Giga-based. I'm here with a scuff gifted 5 legal mindset memberships. Thank you so much. We're scuffing it today. We got a weird-ass microphone. It's like some alien mic. It goes along well with the Reddit alien, which, by the way, I like aliens. I'm not against aliens. I like aliens, right? So we're out here. I can love all people, right? I'm a lover, right? At heart. But if they've done wrong, they need to face justice. Elpire Avis said, "Don't worry, Andrew. I'm always watching." I know you are, and that's that. I'm both comforted and uncomfortable by that at the same time. So thank you for that, Ava. But I do deeply appreciate you, and I deeply appreciate that I have a fellow lawyer who can understand the perspective of a lawyer and saying, "Okay, as a lawyer, this is the perspective, right?" So, and understand that lawyers have to be flexible. We have to think on our feet, right? We have to be negotiators. One of the animes I really love is Big O, like the negotiator, right? You've got to be a negotiator, and there's a place for negotiators. Lawyers, and especially lawyers like me, are deal makers. All of my career was a deal maker. When I was in Florida, I was making deals between the government and the people, right? Because the people would complain, and I'd sit at these government meetings, and I'm like, wow, they're complaining. There's a lot of complaining. But the government is like, hey, we want to do shady stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, we got to follow the law, so let's follow the law. We're not going to listen to everything these people are complaining about because they're complaining about too much stuff. But we're going to find a balance between those two things, and that's what I like to do. That's my jam. Smash a like and let's get the goal. Thank you. Good morning, evening, Andrew. Hope you're doing good. I am doing very good, actually. I'm in a very good mood today. I'm a positive mood. It's one of the things that's helped me talking about a lot of the issues. And this is something I'm going to be a little bit more open about in the future. But I've been going to a therapist to talk about some of my, issues and some of my stresses. And that has really helped me. They gave me a map of your emotional state and to monitor your emotional state day by day. So that's something I've been doing, and it's been very helpful for me. And honestly, I used to talk shit about people going to therapy, but I actually think it's a really good idea if you've ever got a lot of stress, So yeah, that's something that I just want to tell you guys. It's a little bit of a private thing, but I think you guys deserve to know the truth. And once again, I try to balance stuff out. I balance like stoicism with being open, right? You got to have both. You got to use a little bit of the light and a little bit of the darkness, right? Now I'm a light side guy. I come from the light side, right? I'm come from the light, right? But I'm not afraid to use the darkness. I'm a lawyer. Well, lawyers, come on. We find very creative ways to lie, right? Bob Halsey says, join the stream in the middle of your bit on semen gloves. You could say we got the chisel. Oh, shit. Oh, legal mindset is never boring, guys. This channel is never boring. It can be a lot of things, but it's not fucking boring, okay? Like, you're not going to ever get to a situation where you're going to be bored on this channel. Oh, man. Okay. All of a sudden, my stream settings are working again. It's so crazy. They were like magically not working earlier, and now they're all of a sudden working. It's like YouTube just like fucking woke up, and they're like, oh, let's actually not be dicks today. Right? Let's actually not be intentionally discriminatory against the streamer based on his beliefs or what we perceive his beliefs are, even though I'm actually much more fair and open-minded than they would actually give me credit for. But they can't have that, right? They can't have that. We can't have nice things on the channel. Okay, I got to make sure. Okay, hold on one second, guys. I'm going to pull up my PP so you guys can look at my PP while I get this done. And I do mean that in the most kosher way here. I do mean that in the most kosher way. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Show you guys my PP. Okay. Get out of here, announcer bot. I don't really need you popping up. I don't need announcer bot during this. Okay. Okay. Maybe announcer bot later. I have nothing against bots either. The AI, by the way, I have nothing against the AI. Okay. I mean, the AI is fine, right? Just don't be evil, right? No evil AI. But that said, all right. Let's talk about some Reddit mods. This is a important PP. It's not necessarily the biggest PP, but it's very, very important. And I think the people that see it will know that it's important, right? They're going to know, hey, this is important. This is here for a reason. Okay, so we've got this lawsuit. Casey Tron is settled. She is going to turn on Ethan Klein. and she is going to end up testifying against him. So she's flipped in this case. Now, what's interesting about this is that this is a turning point where the whole case could be turned around. And the people who will really, really have trouble here are the Reddit mods. And here's the problem with the Reddit mods. If the Reddit mods are able to be exposed, right? Wait, sorry. Did I get that backwards? Did I? Okay, sorry, guys. It's like I woke up late. Sorry. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Did I did I say things wrong? Sorry. All this stuff I've got in my head is really messing with all this information I have that I can't say yet is really messing with me, right? Sorry, guys. Sorry. That's my internal scuff. I sometimes scuff it inside, right? Okay. Let's say this. She settled with Ethan Klein, right? She's going to turn on Denims, Frogan, and the Reddit mods, right? There we go. I got it right in my fast facts, okay, guys? The fast facts is correct, right? Don't worry. The fast facts is correct. But what's going to happen here, and what's really, really important, is that there is a chance for the Reddit mods to actually come back and win, right? So at this point, the Reddit mods can get a W. And imagine me saying this. This is like me saying something positive about Hassan Piker, right? This is like me saying something positive about Hassan Piker. Think about this for a second, right? So I am about to say something positive about the Reddit mods, okay? Listen up. Imagine that. This is crazy. So watch, listen. So in this situation, right? In this situation where you have this settlement, you have this public apology, you have them testifying against Denims, Frogan, and Reddit mods. The Reddit mods are desperately trying to fight discovering the revelation of the true identities. Now, procedurally, like legally, I think we need to know who they are, right? Who they are. But here's the argument they have is Caseytron isn't credible. And they filed additional evidence against Caseytron, right? So if you pay attention closely to this, and I want everybody out there to pay attention to this, right? Here's the filing filed on the 9th, 12/09/2025. Reddit's new argument is that the Caseytron apology makes her non-credible witness. And guess what? I'm going to say it. Fuck. We're going to put some money in the swear jar because I'm going to say it. I need some tips for the swear jar. Drop some tips for the swear jar because I'm about to fucking credit Reddit here. A mortal enemy. Someone that I've never given credit for in a long time, but out of my mouth is going to come giving a mortal enemy credit. Fuck. Never thought Legal Mindset would do it. Ready? Witness credibility looks at consistency, statements, and evidence. Demeanor, confidence, and composure. Opportunity to observe. What do they see? Bias and motivation. Cooperation with evidence. Character, reputation for truthfulness and crimes. And minor inconsistencies don't damage credibility. But guess what? Guess what? When you look at these things, when you actually look deeply at them, there's a very solid argument during cross-examination. Once again, not pretrial. This is not pretrial. But during cross-examination, there is a strong argument in Reddit's behalf, right? There is a motivation to lie and or gain. Because the settlement agreement, once again, I'm giving credit to Reddit, a mortal enemy, somebody up until this point in my life, I haven't really given credit to Reddit. It's the first time. To the dark side, I'm giving credit here. Look at this. It's crazy. So they have motivation to lie and gain. She does. That's an argument in favor in court. When you take this in court and you judge it, when you have a judge who's in the middle and they're judging it, they're like, that's actually fair if you're a judge. And I like to consider myself my own judge. I am perhaps the judge. Perhaps I am the best judge, right? Inconsistency. Her prior positions and statement, they don't line up, right? They don't line up. And that's true. That's absolutely true. What she said before does not match what she was reading in that like totally coerced statement. She would never do that. Oh, by the way, who said Judge Dredd? Judge Dredd is badass. I fucking love Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd is a real mofo. And he ain't afraid to get some shit done. Erdery says we're going to need a big swear jar. Yep. Michael Turner, 9498 for 10 says, for the goal of the swear jar, off topic, did you hear about the priestess of Slanesh, a.k.a. Bonnie Blue, or being arrested in Bali? You know what? I did. And I haven't covered it yet because I want to give both sides. I want to defend Bonnie Blue, the priestess of Slanesh, and prosecute her at the same time. I want to give all the evidence. Once again, legal mindset, be your own judge. I'll defend the chaos gods. You know what? I'll defend the chaos gods in 40K. They kind of had a point. Look, the elves were getting out of hand. The elves were kind of getting out of hand. They were out of pocket, right? So were the humans. They were kind of out of pocket. The chaos gods in 40K had a point, okay? Listen. They make some good arguments. They make some solid arguments. Okay. Is this heresy? Yeah. I'm gonna get persecuted for this one. Oh, I'm gonna get persecuted for that. They're gonna send some inquisitioners after me on this one. I'm gonna get fucking inquisition for this one. The elves cause a good part of the problem. I like the elves though. Elves are hot. I'm sorry, that's my weakness. Cute elves. Like especially blonde ones or green or blonde hair elves. About it. Mushoka Tensai. 1 of 3 wives should be an elf. I'm just saying. 1 of 3 wives should be an elf. Right? Okay. Priesty Chan. 1668 said for 2 Singapore. Thank you very much. Giga-based. Thank you. All right. So now that we've gone through this, okay, we've gone Goblin Girls, Gunner, Goblin. Okay, listen, they need love too. Okay. All right. I've just defended Reddit, which Reddit is pretty much a cat girl, elf, succubus, alien. Okay. So I did this, but let's argue Ethan's side. Let's argue the counter arguments because we're fair here on the channel, right? So let's see here. Okay. I'll answer that off-topic question at the end, right? Because we're running low on time, and I'm going to answer everything. Counter arguments say consistency with Ethan Klein's evidence and narrative. So that's what Ethan is going to argue. So Ethan's going to argue the case Utron is consistent, and her narrative is consistent. Also, there's a counter argument that it's common for parties to fold earlier in the litigation. I saw the truth. And last is that the objective truth may be on Ethan's side, right? It appears based on the evidence, right, that we may have objective truth here, but we have to see the evidence. Once again, I haven't seen all the evidence in this case. I have not. So yeah. Okay. We're going to have to see who wins here. But, I also want to get into some San Orbiter arguments. I just want to get these because somebody said Ethan this is a dumb argument. I don't want to call the person out because I don't want to fight with them. I just want to address this legal point. You know, a lot of content creators, I don't want to fight with them. This is the thing that people don't realize. Like people like Hassan need to realize this. I don't want to fight with them. I can have an intellectual debate with Hassan if he could stop being defamatory and be polite, right? We can have a intellectual discussion, right? And an intellectual debate, but he cannot stop being defamatory. And it's not cool being defamatory. And everybody knows that those words you're using to defame people have lost power because everyone on the internet's called those words, right? So just why don't we just be cool and have an intellectual discussion? Because you should be able to defend your ideas in the intellectual courtroom, right? Anyways, he can't. Well, somebody can. So anyways, this orbiter tried to say that Ethan should limit his fair use argument to intentionally stated malice. Well, the thing is about this orbiter is, bro, that's not how fair use or legal argument works. In fair use, you look at all the factors, not just one factor, all the factors, right? All of them. And you take and balance all of the evidence. You need to have all the evidence. That's why I want all the evidence. I need to balance out all of the evidence. I need it. And sometimes in some cases, people need to give me all the evidence. If you just give me all the evidence, I will be able to judge things fairly with all of the evidence. I'm a very fair judge. Like in the case of Niji Sanji, when I received the contract. And people know I kept all that confidential. Competing precedent arguments, okay? So this is not going to set, there's two arguments about precedent, right? And I heard the same orbiter making the arguments, which made me laugh. But I'm going to make the two arguments here. Number one, this will not set significant new precedent. That's ridiculous. There will be precedent, right? Significance is speculative and subjective, so we don't know that. Next, this will set new precedent that's dangerous. Well, this may set precedent as to malicious statements and reaction content, but it's not going to change everything, right? Okay, let's get here. Gendo versus the Chaos Gods. Who wins? Why can't there be a third option? Why can't Gendo work with the Chaos Gods? Why can't Gendo and the Chaos Gods, the angels, whatever else, right, just work together and find a third party like the Swiss? You need a confederation like the Swiss, right? People think the Swiss are just two. They think it's French and German. They forget about the Italians. Don't forget about the Italians. Never forget about the Italians, right? A neutral party. Corey, whoa, says Grandfather Nurgle is busting this. I just got that one because I like Grandfather Nurgle's. He's not as bad. People are tough on Grandfather Nurgle. He's a person of love. Mundragon 723 says Coon Gloves defending Slanesh heresy mindset. This is the Chaos Mudang stream, right? I need to get like Chaos outfit for Mudang. Maybe I'll put her in like some Chaos gear. I'll get some Chaos gear for Mudang. That'll be good. Felzu says, praise be to Mudang, destroyer of small worlds. Yes, praise be to Chaos Mudang. Today is dedicated to Chaos Mudang, which is both cute. See, evil can be cute sometimes too. It doesn't always have to be scary. Evil can be cute too. How about let's make evil cute? Maybe it's more effective when it's cute. DMF Rumor, for 5 says, if at any point Casey Non says no donations would go to the clients for the settlement, could she be held liable to the donors or GoFundMe? They can try. I don't think that's going to work, though. But they could try that if they wanted to. So that is a good, I believe that's a good comment, right? But I'm not sure that that's going to fly, right? I'm not sure that's going to fly. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fast facts now. So I'm going to get to the last one and we're going to go there. Bruce Oakman for €5 says, don't forget the Italians. They forgot what side they're on all the time. That's the point. Make them the neutral party, right? They understand both sides. If you want somebody who understands both sides because they fought on both sides. They've been on both sides, right? They've been on the dark and in the light. They've been the east and the west. They've been, up and down. They've been everywhere, right? You want that guy. That's a very valuable person to everybody. A very valuable person, right? Jim Bite says evil is most scary when it's all scary. That's what I'm talking about. Marksman says, Mary Chris Kingsmith, praise be to the Space King. Yes, praise to the Space Kings, to the space battleships, to the UFOs, to the Jovians out there. You guys know, historically, I've loved the Jovians. Sorry. We've had some anonymity, me and the Jovians, right? But I'm willing to get over it with the Jovians, okay? I'll drive my space battleship Nadesco out there, or Yamato. We can pick which one, and we'll just make peace with the Jovians, okay? we can all make peace, right? All right, guys, this was a fun one today. I enjoyed laughing with you, this ridiculousness. Hope you guys have a great one. As I say over here, Kopun Kap in Thailand. I appreciate this. Make sure you like the video, share it out, and I will watch it. Yeah, I haven't watched Space King. I haven't watched Space King. I thought you were talking about a different Space King, but that's for another episode. All right, guys, take care. Catch you later.
You are caught in the ceiling. You just can't believe what you're seeing. Yes, you're caught in the ceiling. The truth it is all day, and now you are more than